Welcome to RTV News with me, Jane Mutoni. Youth among the Rwandan diaspora say they are ready to play a role in dispelling any distorted versions of the history of the genocide against the Tutsi. With national exams set to begin on Monday across the country, students gearing up to take them say they are confident they will register good grades because they have been adequately prepared by their teachers. Let us begin this edition by informing you that pursuant to the Constitution of the Republic of Rwanda of 2003, revised in 2015, especially in its Article 112.5, His Excellency the President has made the following appointments at the University of Rwanda. Dr. Didas Kaihura Muganga, Acting Vice-Chancellor. Dr. Raymond Dikumana, Deputy Vice-Chancellor in charge of Strategic Planning and Administration. This was done at Kigali on 16th of July 2022 on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, signed by Dr. Edouard Ngirente, the Prime Minister. Moving on, Major General Emmanuel Bayingana, one of those fought for the liberation of Rwanda while addressing youth from Rwanda's diaspora in 13 countries, noted that what the RPF in Inkotanyi has achieved has given Rwanda a say on the international scene. The general urged the young women and men to embrace their Rwandan values, abide by them wherever they may live. Innocent Mugabo has this report.
This morale and joy in the eyes of these young Rwandans over the years expressed the thirst they had for the story of the struggle to stop the genocide and liberate Rwanda. One of the fighters, Major General Bayingana Emmanuel, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Defense, noted that it wasn't easy to succeed and reveal to the youth the origin of the term centimeter known in the struggle.
One of the commanders,
Habyarimana told one of his commanders, known as Nsabimana, who was a very tough commander, that I am going to fight off RPF in Inkotanyi in Rwanda to the extent that they won't even hold a centimeter in Rwanda. Then he brought all the soldiers from different parts of Rwanda, foreign assistance and all heavy weaponry, and waged heavy attacks on us, but did not succeed. And later the RPA captured our today's country, Rwanda. He also revealed that, based on good, far-sighted, patriotic and other values that characterized the RPF in Inkotanyi as the reason why they were able to achieve what seemed to be impossible. We could fight from morning up to evening, but whenever we weren't fighting, we used to sing and dance, as you were doing here. Learn the history of the struggle and our country, and learn how we shall develop ICT after overthrowing Habyarimana's government, how we shall extract methane gas in Lake Kivu. All what you see now, we planned it during the struggle in Gikoba. The Minister of Youth and Culture, Rosemary Mbabazi, used the example of the poor leadership that characterized Rwanda, also leading it to the genocide against the Tutsi, where she urged the youth to work for national unity and development since it has proved to be productive.
The other legacy we think that should characterize you is unity. Divided we fall, united we stand. Whenever we are together with one common vision and goal, that is how we can win. We gain nothing from divisions, but unity is productive.
Rwanda's political expert Sheikh Abdul Karim Harerimana also called on the youth to be vigilant in everything they do. The generals fought the battle to do with weapons, of which those that were defeated also well know that they cannot succeed. What is left is the political and social battle of nowadays, which should be fought by all of you. The participants stressed that the discussions have been productive, therefore leave them with lessons to take back to their home countries.
This is a very interesting and very enriching experience. I know that from now on I will be able to go out in the world and be more resilient, be more courageous, and be able to take risks, go out and stand up for my country, be able to fight and show the world how we as Rwandans are strong by the way that I will carry myself outside, by the way that I will work hard, by the way that I will speak and interact with people.
The home message is that we always need to remember that we're Rwandans, wherever we are in the world. It's a lot of us that are all over the world, but at the end of the day, this is our land, this is our motherland, and we have elders and parents that fought a hard battle to get us here. So we should never take that for granted, and let's go and actually gain knowledge and then come back and help build the country. As Rwanda is one of the most developing countries right now at the moment, and us gaining all this knowledge will help us push the country forward. So at the end of the day, we need to know that we're Rwandans and that this is our land, and that our efforts, all of us, are needed, just like how all our elders put their hands together to get us where we are right now.
More than 100 youths from 13 countries around the world are in Rwanda in the process of getting to know their motherland and its values. Innocent Mugabo, RTV News.
Thank you, Innocent, for that report. Now, the youth among the Rwandan diaspora again say they are ready to play a role in dispelling any distorted versions of the history of the genocide against the Tutsi. Now, they took this decision after visiting different parts of the country and being given explanations about the genocide against the Tutsi. Take a look. 100 young people from the Rwandan diaspora from 13 countries in Europe and the United States of America came to Rwanda to visit different sites across the country. During a discussion with them on Saturday, they were urged to fight against genocide ideology, along with denying and negating the genocide against the Tutsi. They say they are determined to make a significant contribution to the fight against those who deny and negate the history of Rwanda.
All of us are on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and other social media platforms. I hope and I believe that most of them, even if they still don't know how to speak up, will at least then amplify other people who speak up. That's also something that were discussed during the discussion panel, that even if you don't really know where to start or how to start, you can just start by amplifying other people's voices, by just sharing, liking a video, a post, sharing a book that you heard is actually a good one.
We learned so much about our history, our culture, about how important is the fight against all the deniers and all these things. And now our role is to spread it around all over the world, whether they are Rwandans or even other people that might not know the real history because of maybe the Western version of the history. And I think it's our role to go to where we live and speak the truth to these people.
I really love this program. It's a program that's taking us around Rwanda, showing us every little thing that we wouldn't be able to see if we were to come here by ourselves. And it's also giving us an opportunity to be part of the development of Rwanda, which is just, it's an incredible opportunity that we wouldn't be able to have in any other situation. So we're grateful to be part of this thing. We're grateful to be in Rwanda.
Many of these young people were born after the genocide against the Tutsi. Some of them were born in foreign countries and others went there at a tender age. They are eager to know the history and culture of their motherland.
When I go back, I will talk to my friends, to people that I know about my experience, because I share it on my social media. So they can experience, and some people really ask me who organizes the Rwandan Youth Tour. How can we go there for the next year? So I'm encouraging people to spread the unity, the love, because this is a country that has been through a lot, but we just came very strong and we're looking good, so we have to continue to better ourselves and make sure that our children and the children of our children can live in a better country with unity inside the country.
Coordinator of the National Youth Council, Iradukunda Alodi, says that such discussions connecting young people living in Rwanda and abroad are a good opportunity to bring together ideas that lead to a common vision.
So that's why it's important for everyone living abroad to come to Rwanda, to see it firsthand, to understand our history, to understand us as a nation, who we are, and again, as I said, who do we want to become. So the issue that we've been seeing of people denying the genocide, I think stems even from the fact that people don't have the right information. And when they come here and, we talk, we interact, that's when they start, getting, that, I think those, what the right information should be.
The Director General of Communication and Partnership Cooperation in the Ministry of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Rukesha Paul, says that their presence and contribution is a step towards the fight against those who deny and negate the genocide against the Tutsi.
It's a positive step. It's a good thing to have them because they're hungry to get that knowledge from people who lived the experience of genocide, to hear survivors speak, to hear other experienced groups talking about what happened during the even before how the politics of ethnic-based politics, how those politics destroyed the country. So youth want to learn about it. So where to learn? So the good source is their country, is the memorials, is the people who lived those experiences.
They also visited various sites that demonstrate the history of the liberation struggle, including Kagitumba in Nyagatare district, where the battle began, the Campaign Against Genocide Museum, and the Kigali Genocide Memorial at Gisozi. Visits to other various parts of the country are ongoing in order to help them better understand the history of the country. With national exams set to begin on Monday across the country, students cheering to take them say they are confident they will register good grades because they have been adequately prepared by their teachers. The National Examination and School Inspection Authority, NESA, reports that all the arrangements necessary have been done to counter any obstacles and ensure that the exams proceed smoothly, including making sure that all courses taught were completed on time. Isabel Masozera has this report.
It is the end of the academic year, and those who are not concerned with the national exams are in their holidays. Those in their last year of primary school, ordinary level and advanced level of secondary school are preparing to sit for the exams. Mushikiwabo Bahati, who is in her 6th year of primary school, and Chuzuzo Gustav, who is in his 3rd year of high school, say that they are satisfied with the help they have received preparing, that they are not worried about failing the exam. I am well prepared and not worried like other children, with the exception of it being a unique exam that requires putting in more effort to pass. There's really nothing new, and with the tests we keep doing, I feel ready. Also at home, my family gives me room and a lot of time to prepare because they know it's state exams.
Abarimu akenshi bagiye badufasha nk'urugero nko gushyiraho kwiga kwa gatandatu.
Those concerned helped us a lot. For example, introducing studying on Saturdays, which we had been keen on attending. Personally, when I get home, I prioritize revising, and we now have internet, which helps a lot. When I have something I am not confident about, say in biology, I can reach out to my teacher.
Kuri gahunda runaka wenda isomo wenda nka biology nshobora kubaza teacher wanje.
During the 2021-2022 school year, the students were able to study and complete all terms without being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, unlike the previous years where students were forced to stay at home. Educators say that the ample time has allowed them to prepare and pay attention to the students while they're getting ready for the exams.
We have done our best to teach and prepare our students and finish the program on time, plus avail ourselves to give them all the support we can. We really appreciate NESA, which is in charge of preparing the exams. They provided guiding materials to assist in getting the students ready, like those in year 1, 2, although it's a different case for year 3. That really helped us in equipping the students, and we are confident they will succeed.
Come Monday, 229,859 primary school students will be taking the exams, and on the 25th of July, secondary school students will start theirs. Parents find that they have to support their children in the exam preparation process for them to excel.
I often say a child is the responsibility and flesh and blood of the parent, and there is no reason that a child should not be the priority of the parent. It is in the interest of the parent as it is of the nation that the child strives.
According to Dr. Bernard Bahati, the Director General of the National Examination and School Inspection Authority, NESA, so far all the requirements for the commencement of the exams have been lined up to avoid anything preventing the exams to go on well.
As we speak, the first set of exams is ready for Monday. The exams were delivered yesterday to the different districts, and we got word that they were well received. Today we focused on delivering them at the education centers where the exams will take place, and tomorrow we have the program of ensuring those responsible for the exams are set. Secondary school exams are also ready, and on the 13th we will dispatch them to the different districts. We're just waiting for the day to come, otherwise we are ready.
This year, the total number of students registered for the exams is 229,859, a decrease of 9.7%. Those in the ordinary level of secondary school will be 127,469, an increase of 4.2%. At the advanced level of secondary school, the number is 47,579 and a decrease of 3.2%. Those in technical and vocational education and training schools will be 21,338, a decrease of 5.9%, while those in teacher training centers are 2,906, which is also a decrease of 2.1% compared to the last year. Isabel Masozera, RTV News.
Thank you, Isabel. Now, on Friday, the Senegalese author Boubacar Boris Diop launched a new edition of his novel about the genocide perpetrated against the Tutsi at Murambi. Rwanda's Ministry of National Unity and Civic Engagement pointed out that writing books about what truly happened during the genocide against the Tutsi contributes to preventing such atrocities from being committed again and refuting genocide deniers and those who negate it. Olive Nessy has this report.
The book Murambi, le livre des ossements, or Murambi, the Book of Bones by the author Boubacar Boris Diop, is about various testimonies of what happened in Murambi during the 1994 genocide perpetrated against the Tutsi. The book was written in 2000. On Friday, the author launched the new edition of this book, and it was particularly published in various other languages. Yolande Mukagasana, a Rwandan author who writes books about the genocide perpetrated against the Tutsi, notes that writing helps in preserving history. Writing helped me a lot because it helped me to freely express how I was feeling. I didn't use any medical help. It helped me, but also helped my country, especially the youth, because I do not want you to forget the history. It is yours and for other upcoming generations, because the upcoming generations, as well as Rwandans, need to know the real history of what happened in our country. The Senegalese author Boubacar Boris Diop owns a publishing house called Ejo, which assists him in his writing work. He notes that the book Murambi, le livre des ossements was the most difficult to write due to its content, but also emphasizes that it changed his life.
Mais en fait, chaque écrivain, et qu'il le veuille.
In fact, every writer, whether he likes it or not, is identified in one of his books. My concern is that the book in which I am identified is the book Murambi, the Book of Bones. For me, it is a lesson. This is the kind of book that we would have preferred not to write because of its content and because of the events that relate to it. I usually say that there is my life before Rwanda and my life after Rwanda.
Il y a eu ma vie après le Rwanda et puis ma vie après le Rwanda.
Flore Agnès Sowa, an author and lawyer who assisted Boubacar Boris Diop in editing the book, notes that it is important to promote books that speaks about what happened in the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi.
Parce que le grand problème, comme on disait tout à l'heure, c'est qu'on a...
The big problem that we were saying earlier is that in Africa, this story is not very known. On the other hand, often books which speaks of the negation are well distributed, but the books which say the truth are less distributed. So people must commit to getting involved so that the truth continues to prevail and known, especially in Africa and all over the world.
Surtout en Afrique. Elle circule partout dans le monde, mais pas chez nous en Afrique, et c'est dangereux.
The Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Dr. Bizimana Jean Damascene, commends the role of this author Boubacar Boris Diop in telling the true story about the genocide against the Tutsi. He emphasizes that books about history are important in fighting genocide deniers and negators.
This book means a lot. The first thing is that the history of the genocide against the Tutsi in Murambi will be widely known. Now that the book has been translated into many languages, you have heard this evening that it has been read in 7 languages. So the wish is to continue to translate it into other languages. The second thing is that it will be used to educate Africans, because it's been 28 years since the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. But the ideology, the way it was done, the same thing is still happening in various African countries, like for example in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where we see hate speeches and images that encourage people to kill others because of their race. That is genocide. It is important that the international community as well as Africa learn a lesson from the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. A book like this is for teaching and understanding.
Currently, the book Murambi, Le Livre des Ossements, has been published in 17 languages so far, of which 9 are spoken on the African continent. The author also plans to continue to publish the book in other languages, including Kinyarwanda. Olive Nete, RTV News.
On behalf of the entire news production team, thank you so much for your company. I'm Jane Mutoni. Bye for now. Enjoy your weekend.